Hello and a warm welcome to Blue Spoon Veggie, where I'm busy preparing a few picnic foods, starting with a delicious Cherry Bakewell Traybake. Tomorrow I'm planning to enjoy a little quiet time in the open air and fill all the sections of this lunchbox with tasty treats just for me. The cherry blossom has been in full bloom here for a few weeks now. My picnic is just in time. So much blossom has already fallen, like pastel pink snow or a few hundred weddings. I've already made and chilled some sweet shortcrust pastry, and now I'm rolling it out and lining a roasting tin with it. Give the pastry a good fork to stop large bubbles forming, then chill again. After 20 minutes chilling the pastry, not me, I'm ready to blind bake it. That is, weigh it down with baking beans and bake for 10 minutes. Once baked, remove the baking beans and leave the pastry case to cool slightly. If you're not familiar with the British afternoon treat, Bakewell tarts, they have a pastry case, then a layer of raspberry jam and a smooth almond filling, all baked together. While the pastry cools, let's make up that cakey filling right now. Plenty of ground almonds, 4 eggs and golden caster sugar. They join a small mountain of butter and some plain flour with baking powder added. I'll put the quantities down in the description for you. Traditionally you would add almond extract, but I fancy vanilla, so that's what I'm using. Pop all those lovely ingredients, in no particular order, into a large mixing bowl. I'm not playing with the original Bakewell idea too much. That butter heap will need dealt with in a minute, because it's already delicious. But as usual for me, I'll be making a couple more swaps for this tray bake. A handheld electric mixer works great for this thick batter. If you're mixing by hand, then you'll deserve this bake all the more, but they're pretty inexpensive and useful to have. I could pretend that this is a special stage for adding the vanilla, but I just forgot, so a final whisk to mix that in. The tart case will have cooled enough by now, so let's take a look at the final few ingredients. Frozen cherries, which I've magically chopped, cherry jam and flaked almonds. Onto the fun bit now, assembling this cakey tart. Spread the jam roughly over the tart base. Then sprinkle over the chopped cherries. None of this has to be terribly precise, thankfully, but spread them out a little bit. Dollop on the batter. Isn't dollop a lovely word? Perfect for describing this slightly lumpy sweet mixture. The lumps though, just like the roughly dispersed jam and cherries, won't harm the finished Bakewell one bit. Smooth out the batter so it's spread fairly evenly. Then top with flaked almonds and it's ready to bake. It's far easier to cut up after being left in the tin for a good few hours or overnight, then sliced into around 20 squares. And no, I won't be taking them all on my picnic. One more bit of picnic prep today, and that too will make plenty of servings for others, as well as something special for me. I fancy something a bit different, light and crunchy, to put in this little pot, so I'm going to make a quick batch of pickled cucumbers and radishes. Just slice the veg thinly, either with a mandolin or a knife. I'm slicing them straight into a jar. Carrots, kohlrabi, cabbage or fennel also make good pickled vegetables. Next, gently warm up some white wine vinegar, a bay leaf, peppercorns, salt and sugar to make a pickling liquid or liquor. Stir everything gently to dissolve the salt and sugar. Once warmed up, simply pour over the sliced veg. Pickled veg is a good option for travelling food, and you can keep this jar in the fridge for 2 weeks, but it's ready to use the next day. It's the next morning and I'm making up a quick sandwich filling along the lines of the 1950s British classic Coronation chicken, but to make it veggie I'll be using corn fillets. You can also use beans or chickpeas if you aren't a corn fan. The mayonnaise dressing is an interesting combination of curry powder, mango chutney, you could add sultanas and a squeeze of lemon too if you like, and a little seasoning. Mix together until smooth and that's the sauce ready. In go the chopped corn fillets. I find these quite a useful fridge standby. Have you tried them? And once that's combined, you can store it covered in the fridge for a day or two with no problems. I think it's time now to assemble the much anticipated picnic and head off before the rest of the cherry blossom blows away. I'm trying these spelt pretzels for a change. A slightly generous filling for this little section means trying one just now. Very tasty. Anticipating the same height restriction in this section, I've sliced the Bakewell into bite-sized pieces, which will probably be better anyway. Next, a few colourful cherry tomatoes. I eat these like sweeties at this time of year, when the flavour has returned. The coronation sandwich, assembled and quartered, can take pride of place on the top level. Please do share your own picnic habits. Are you a bready person, or would you prefer a salad or some sausage rolls? I'm really not sure what I was finding so confusing about fitting in the last quarter, but I got there in the end. Picnic complete, with the addition of a fork for eating the pickles. Let's take a gentle wander now through the blossomy streets to our quiet destination. Is this the perfect spot? A bit too shady for this bright, cool day. This will be better. A sunny place to myself, a picnic put together with care. Peace to unwind, to indulge in rereading a favourite book, or just to let your own thoughts flow through your mind and out the other side. I hope you take the time to treat yourself too.